and this is my audience. Do you ever wonder if our children, grandchildren, and future generations will go to zoos, parks, or out in nature and see the same wildlife that we see? Or will they simply have to read about them in history books? There are animals that we have a chance to see today that could be extinct without the help of someone. Luckily, there is an organization called the National Wildlife Federation that makes this issue their priority. According to the National Wildlife Federation website, which I visited on March 5, 2014, more than 1,300 U.S. plants and animals already have been federally listed as threatened or endangered and protected under the Endangered Species Act. Some examples, as listed on the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service website on March 9, 2014, are the ocelot, several bat species, black, grizzly, and polar bears, bison, some deer species, some fox, numerous rodents, sea lions, some whales, some wolves, numerous birds like the red-cockaded woodpecker, many reptiles such as sea turtles, amphibians like frogs and salamanders, many fish and invertebrates alike, some clams, snails, insects, crustaceans, and corals, and many plant species. The National Wildlife Federation website claims that habitat loss and the spread of invasive species are two reasons why animals are being threatened. Other issues include contamination of water, overconsumption of the species, and diseases. The National Wildlife Federation website stated that it is a voice for wildlife dedicated to protecting wildlife and habitat and inspiring the future generation of conservationists. The organization was founded in 1936 by Dean Darling. Today, NWF is committed to many projects to help further promote wildlife conservation. First, the organization works to uphold and support the Endangered Species Act. Secondly, they serve as a watchdog to hold others accountable for abiding by these rules. For instance, if a company was polluting a habitat, the NWF would stop them and try to persuade them to do something else, taking them to court if necessary. Next, the National Wildlife Federation serves as an advocate for raising money for this cause. The money goes to private landowners and other conservation programs that are trying to help endangered species. In addition, the organization protects and restores habitats of endangered animals. They encourage and educate others about innovative approaches, wildlife-friendly land management practices, and conservation efforts. The NWF tries to reduce threats to wildlife that could lead to extinction. A recent example of their education program is their partnership with Open Road Films and Toonbox Entertainment to release the new animated movie The Nut Job, according to PR Web. Another major focus of the NWF is that they recognize and award individuals or groups that volunteer to help the cause. For instance, on February 7, 2014, according to My Edmonds News, the organization presented a Regional Conservation Service Award to a lady named Thyre Cuter in Edmonds, Washington. Cuter was recognized for her volunteer work through Just Frogs 2 Foundation to educate people about amphibians and to provide an animal rescue location. Another recent example, the National Wildlife Federation recognized Lilburn, Georgia's Camp Creek Greenway as a certified wildlife habitat because it provides food, water, and places for our animals to take cover and to raise their young, according to Cami Young on March 1, 2014, Gwinnett Daily Post. The positive efforts being done by NWF will allow future generations to grow up and witness animals in their habitats. At the rate things were going, if government and private organizations didn't step in, then some species would be completely wiped out in our country. The National Wildlife Federation is doing their best to make sure that never happens. Here are examples of the endangered species that I mentioned and images from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service website. This is the bison, the gray wolf, this is the ocelot, and the red-cockaded woodpecker.